everyone, we're going to evaluate the integral given and use integration by parts. So here's our integral and integration by parts. This is the formula, and we're going to need to find u and dv. We're going to choose u based off this order. So given what we have here, we're going to let u equal x e to the 2x power, and we're going to let dv be everything else. So dv is just going to equal 1 divided by 1 plus 2x squared dx. So our derivative of u, and we're going to use the product property, is going to equal x times the derivative of the second part, which is times 2e to the 2x, plus, then write e to the 2x, the second part, times the derivative of x is just 1. All right? So that's your derivative of u. We don't really need the 1, so I'm going to take it out, because 1 times that is just that. All right, take that out. And the antiderivative of this part, remember that this is really, I'm going to erase this. So if you want to write this down, write it down. 1 plus 2x to the negative 2 power. So to do that, to take the antiderivative of it, you're going to need to add 1. So that's going to be negative 1. So you're going to get negative 1, and then you have to take care of that. So that's going to be, instead of 2, you're going to write 1/2, 1 plus 2 to the x, because that's going to be your 1 right here. So basically, your v, your antiderivative is just going to be negative 1 divided by 2 times 1 plus 2x. All right, and this should be right here. This should be dx. Sorry about that. All right, now let's fill in our formula. So this is the first part, and we're going to write it out like that. So we have u times v. So u is x times e to the 2x times v. So that's all going to be over 2 times 1 plus 2x. And then it's going to also be negative, because we have that negative. Then we have minus the integral of v, which is negative 1 divided by 2 times 1 plus 2x times this, which is going to be over 1. So that's going to be x times 2 e to the 2x plus e to the 2x dx. So this you could just put there. That's negative. So let's clean up this part in here. So we have this. I'm just going to look at this part right in here. So we have that. And to clean up that part, let's factor out e to the x. And we have 2 negatives here. So let's go ahead and make that a positive and not deal with this negative here. All right, so we got that. So now we know that this is going to be positive here when we add it all together. So I'm going to look at this at the top. I'm going to factor out e to the 2x. And when you do that, you're going to get 2x plus 1. And then we still have our 2 times 1 plus 2x. So what happens is these two are the same, so they cancel. So basically what we have is this is going to be plus the integral of e to the 2x divided by 2. dx. So put dx here. Now, when you take the antiderivative of that, you're just going to get e to the 2x divided by 4. Because if you take the derivative of that, you want to get back to that. So that's what that is. So finally, your answer is just going to be negative x, putting everything together, e to the 2x divided by 2 times 1 plus 2x plus e to the 2x divided by 4 plus your c. Now let's straighten this up, and our common denominator is going to be 4 times 1 plus 2x. So that means I'm going to have to multiply the numerator by 2 times 1 plus 2. No, for the numerator, I just have to multiply it by 2, sorry. So we're just going to multiply this by 2 to make sure we have the common denominator. So this is negative 2x e to the 2x plus, now this part's one I have to multiply by this is going to be 2 times, I'll put the 2 in front. Put the 2 in front here. 1 plus 2x. And then you have your plus c. So when you take care of all of this and factor out a 2 e to the x, or what I can do is just distribute. If you distribute here, you get, if I take just this part here, that's going to be 2e to the 2x plus 4x e to the 2x. So that's all of that. So when you factor out e to the 2x, you're going to get negative 2x plus 1 plus 2x divided by 4 times 1 plus 2x plus c. And finally, that gives you these 2x's cancel. So it's just e to the 2x times 1. So your final answer is going to be e to the 2x divided by 4 times 1 plus 2x plus c. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.